Top 10 Best War Movies on Netflix. There are different types of war movies, and Netflix has a lot of them to stream and watch. Hey guys, welcome to your entertainment channel Netflix Tops, where we tell you about the top-rated movies and series on Netflix. So subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos. Now grab your popcorn and stay with us until the end of this video, because today's video is going to list down the top 10 best war movies on Netflix. So let's get started. Number 10. Dunkirk. Dunkirk is also one of the best Christopher Nolan films, telling a harrowing story from the early days of World War II. The movie follows a conglomerate of soldiers from Belgium, France, and Britain who are fleeing a battle they badly lost to the Axis powers, forcing them onto the beach at Dunkirk to await rescue. Meanwhile, German soldiers are barraging the helpless ranks, and the only people who can safely evacuate them turn out to be regular people with boats. With its evocative sound design and scoring, this film takes you straight into the action, depicting several collapsing timelines as we see the toll that this brutal evacuation took on the troops on the front lines. Number 9. 1917. The British war film is more about pacifism than it is about the victories of World War I. Shot to look like one continuous take, 1917 follows two young British soldiers who are ordered to deliver a message calling off a doomed offensive attack that will stop 1,600 men from walking straight into a deadly trap. The movie is set soon after the German retreat to the Hindenburg Line during the Operation Alberich. At the height of the First World War, two young British soldiers, Schofield and Blake, are given a seamlessly impossible mission. In a race against time, they must cross enemy territory and deliver a message that will stop a deadly attack on hundreds of soldiers, Blake's own brother among them. The innocence that war destroys is the theme of this film. Tucked into the plot of Sam Mendes' new film is a portrayal of youth and innocence that is so readily destroyed in war. Number 8. The Outpost. Based on true-life events, this war film tells the true story of a small unit of American soldiers stationed at PRT Camp Dash, later called Combat Outpost Keating, situated deep in the valleys along the Hindu Kush. The soldiers had to battle against some 300 Taliban fighters in a coordinated attack in the Battle of Camp Dash, what's to be known as the bloodiest American engagement of the war in Afghanistan during operations in 2009. During the Afghanistan war, several outposts were placed to control the Taliban movement and their supply chains. Camp Keating, situated in a valley surrounded by mountains, was one of them. While being shot at by the Taliban was business as usual, they tried to gain respect from local village elders and have them help stop these skirmishes. One day, when 400 Talibans rallied for a surprise attack, it was up to them to leverage the poor defenses and lack of ammo and manpower they had to ultimately survive and go back to their loved ones. Number 7. Ghosts of War. Ghosts of War arrived on Netflix in some countries in November after its original cinema release was shelved thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. The film tells the story of a squad of 5 U.S. soldiers who are fighting in France during World War II and are tasked with holding a grand and strategically positioned chateau. 5 war-hardened American soldiers in Nazi-occupied France in 1944 are tasked to watch over a countryside chateau, which had served as a command post for the armed forces of Nazi Germany. However, upon arrival, the group encounters strange noises and apparitions beyond their understanding and faces a paranormal enemy far more hostile than anything they've encountered before. Considered one of the best war movies on Netflix to dig in. Number 6. The Five Bloods. A group of African-American U.S. Army veterans who called themselves the Bloods secure the CIA plane crash site, recovering a locker of gold bars intended as payment to the indigenous people for helping them in fighting the Viet Cong. The Bloods decide to keep the gold bars for themselves, but in the emerging Vietnamese counterattack, the squad leader is killed and the area obliterated by a napalm strike, making the site where the gold was buried unrecognizable. The remaining 4 return to Vietnam upon learning that a landslide has revealed the trail of the crashed plane in hopes of recovering the buried fortune and the body of their falling squad leader. The best army movies on Netflix. Number 5. Outlaw King. After being declared outlaw by the occupying English Empire, Robert the Bruce, Chris Pine, raises an army of Scottish fighters in rebellion. Twists and turns all across the Scottish countryside lead this film on an epic, true-to-historical events journey that captures heroism at its core. Legendary warrior Robert the Bruce is forced into exile by King Edward I, and with cunningness and bravery leads a gang of outlaws to overthrow the much more powerful and better equipped Irish army to battle and regain his throne as King of Scotland. This movie has a lot of drama and war in it, and if you're really a fan of movies with war, then this is a must-watch movie for you. This is the new war movie to watch. Number 4. The Photographer of Methuselah. Based on real-life events, the movie is about Spanish Civil War veteran Francisco Bio, who was a prisoner at a Nazi concentration camp, and Methuselah, who tried to preserve and hide photographic evidence of the atrocities committed within the walls of the concentration camp, while risking his and his fellow prisoners' lives in the process. The photographer of Methuselah is a long-due homage to the bravery of Bio and the other Spaniard heroes, who succeeded in saving other 3,000 photographs from destruction. One of the best action movies on Netflix, and we also hope it will make you fall in love with it too, as Netflix war movies do. Number 3. War Dogs. The movie War Dogs is based on true events, and the actual David Pacose makes a brief appearance. Philip and his co-writers Jason Smilovic and Stephen Chen based their script on Guy Lawson's Rolling Stone article, Arms and the Dudes. The movie follows two men who win a $300 million Pentagon contract tasked with supplying ammunition to America's allies in the East as part of the ongoing war on terror. Number 2. War Machine. A general with prior experience is sent to Afghanistan with a mission shrouded in vagueness, non-existent political support, and a lack of confidence from the US government. However, with the team of supporters and aides that surround him, a strategic battle plan is set into motion that is questionable by those who already believe there is no hope, and flawless by those that are closest to him. A U.S. Army general lands in Afghanistan as part of a rebuilding measures for the ongoing war on terror, where he confronts opposition leaders, enemies of the state, and allied forces, before deciding on military action to guarantee U.S. victory. It's based on the true account of a U.S. Chief of Staff. War Machine is a very popular movie by Brad Pitt, who has always perfected war films, and it is worth seeing since it is a patriotic thriller film on Netflix that every citizen will enjoy seeing. Number 1. First They Killed My Father. In the aftermath of the U.S. evacuation from Cambodia, Long Ung is a 5-year-old child when the terrorist military faction Khmer Rouge assumes power and starts a reign of genocide and terror spanning over 4 years. The movie revolves around the journey of protagonist as a young soldier and her siblings as members of a labor camp in one of the darkest times in Cambodia's history. The film's focus was mostly on this young soldier. Long Ung was 5 years old when Khmer Rouge assumed power over Cambodia in 1975. They soon began a 4-year reign of terror and genocide in which nearly 2 million Cambodians died. Forced from her family home in Phnom Penh, Ung is trained as a child soldier, while her 6 siblings are sent to labor camps. The theme of First They Killed My Father is to not take family for granted because people never know when a tragedy might occur. Throughout her childhood, Long Ung and her family, Geek, Chow, Kim, Kiev, Meng, Kioi, Pa, and Ma, have to fight to survive through traumatic experiences of the Cambodian genocide. And this brings us to the end of the video. What are your thoughts on today's video? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for amazing movie reviews coming your way. And thank you for watching.